Hi, everyone. My name is Mary, and I was born and raised outside the small town of Slayton, Texas, which I have no doubt you have never heard of because it's absolutely in the middle of nowhere. This is a picture of me and my little brother, Mark. And as we grew up in the middle of nowhere, we had the wonderful privilege of living in Yellow House Canyon. We had 13 acres of land that we got to be explorers on. My brother and I, we would go on adventures trying to find hidden treasures, trying to discover new places on our land that no one had been. And it was quite incredible to grow up that way. So as I was growing up, I had the wonderful opportunity of learning what I loved to do. And some of those things were fishing, playing on the t-ball team. I loved baseball, but unfortunately, as I got older, there were no girls allowed. Thanks, Texas, for that. And I had to figure out what else I loved. And as I grew, I went to elementary school, and I had this kind of sass about me because my mom was a teacher there at school. And I just kind of felt like I ruled the school. And so people thought I was a little weird or strange. I didn't care. I just thought they were boring. And so there was just kind of this air about me. But there was that moment in my life where I went to junior high. And that's where everything changed. Junior high in Slayton starts at 6th grade. And that was a huge wake-up call for me. I also realized it was an opportunity to learn what I was good at and what I wanted to do. So I signed up to be in band. I played clarinet, and it was fun. There were cute guys in the back on the drum line, and there was me and my friends on the clarinet. And I borrowed my friend Jill's clarinet one day, don't know why, dropped it, broke her clarinet, and my parents decided that was the moment to instill the motto, if you break it, you buy it. So I was now a broke 6th grader. One of the fun things I got to learn was freedom. My parents went around, I could make choices, and one of those choices every day was the snow cone that I would buy from the stand near the bus. Pickle, cherry, sour cream. Yes, sour snow cone, I know. But one day I missed the bus. My mom was so pissed at me. There was also that day I showed up to school like this. Woo! I dreaded my hair, and let me just say, 6th graders were not so kind to me that day. It was kind of a rough day for me. I learned to make better hair choices after that. But one of the things I loved to do was play wall ball with the boys out before school and after. Wall ball, simple. Throw the ball to the wall. If you miss, you're going to get pegged. And the guys took this as a wonderful opportunity to peg me every time they could. I think it's because I could throw faster and harder than they could, and they were upset about that. They really took that time in 6th grade to prove how strong they were. And one of those strong boys was this guy on the left, Braden, who will not remain nameless because he decided one day on the schoolyard to pick up a very large rock. And he took this rock and he lobbed it as far as he could into the air, my direction, hit me nicely on the head, concussed, woke up in the nurse's office. Horrible moment. The kids thought that was just hilarious. Braden knocked Mary out. My mom decided I could no longer go out to play on the schoolyard. No more wall ball. There was also that day in class where I sat against the back and there was a pencil sharpener. And I thought it was really cute to curl my hair, which happened to wind up in the pencil sharpener. Had to raise my hand and ask the teacher if she could come cut my hair out of the pencil sharpener. You know, you would think I would learn to be careful where I sat, but one of the places I sat in 6th grade was in front of the school bully, Ernie, and he liked to poke me with his pencil, call me names, and pull my hair. So much so it was a problem, my teacher had to move me across the room to sit next to this wonderful person, Megan. That was a much better seating arrangement. One day, I was walking down the hall, saw a tennis ball. Being the kind person, I'd normally give it back to the owner. However, it was Ernie's tennis ball. So I decided to lob it down the hall. He directly came up to me and shoved me into my locker. I ended up spending that afternoon with Ernie in detention. Not a great moment. But it all boils down to that one Valentine's dance in 6th grade when I got dressed up, as you can see, in this black flowered shirt and slicked my hair back. And my one hope for the whole night was that I would get to dance with Stephen Follis. He was the dreamboat of 6th grade, and all the girls had lined up their dances with him. You can see he was my biggest fan. But I waited all night for that dance he had promised me. And that song came on, I swear, I swear. And my moment, it was my moment. And I knew we were going to dance together. Right when that song came on, my parents bust through the cafeteria doors and told me it was time to go home. And I was crushed. I was devastated. Life would never be the same. But the wonderful thing of all those horrible experiences is that summer, my parents told me we were moving. And I said, see you later, Slayton. I packed up my bags and I headed to Lubbock, Texas, where guess what? Junior high starts in 7th grade. I got to do it all over again. I was so excited. No one knew about the pencil sharpener. No one knew about being concussed. And so that summer, I moved to the block where 3 other girls my age lived. They were going to come over to greet me, to welcome me to the neighborhood. And you know what? I was sitting there that day eating a bag of Cheetos when the doorbell rang. And I knew, I have Cheeto hands. I got to lick my fingers. So quickly I did open the door to greet my new friends, and they started laughing at me because I had Cheetos all over my mouth and teeth. And I thought, what's happening? It's happening again. But you know what? It's not true. These are my friends that I met in 7th grade. And I think it's because after 6th grade, I realized I may suck, everyone else may suck, but as long as I show up, it's all going to be okay. Thanks.